Right, hello everybody, welcome to SLR. First things first, apologies for being so late. Blame Codemasters because it's genuinely their fault. But yeah, we're here in Hungary. I'm going to Omar, and with me, he's been put in a Ferrari for some reason. But yeah, Lewis, first time in the comms box.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, looking forward to it. The race hasn't even started and it's lagging out. I chose spectator, put me in a Ferrari, so it's all good. So,
The usual stuff really for this
oh
game.
yeah. So I remember when Nathan, I was in T2 last season, my only ever win, and he missed my cracking start dive bomb in America, fifth to second, and he missed it because it stuck him in a Williams or something.
Yeah.
I don't really know what Codemasters are doing, to be honest, but
Yeah,
you'd have thought they would have sorted that out by now, but nope.
well, yeah, like I say, I only just about got here in time because what I'm, like say, in another league that I was doing for this one, the game thought it'd be a great idea to crash and we had to reset everything up and it just cost us so much time. And it was a wet race as well, so it just sort of wrecked it even more, but yeah, like I say, we got here in time just about and yeah, you're going to get quite an interesting view at the start at least, so you can sort of hang back and watch.
Oh yeah, I've got a
What
nice
the
back of the
hell's
grid view.
happening there? Oh, right, no, it's fixed itself. I thought the game broke for me for there. Anyway, there, 5 lights. Here we go. And they're away. Decent start from Surface. I can see that he's got away nice and easily, but it looks like Jack's had a better start. So he's going to lead down towards turn 1. Surface as well. He's got the Red Bull of R2 in the middle, but he backs off. But it's Jack then who leads this race, rather surprisingly. On the start from Surface, then Artsu, Chupafini, and then behind is a lot of battling going on. And actually, that small guy's going down the inside. That's a great use of him. And yeah, they all seem to have got away nice and cleanly. And I believe you've got yourself on the spectator cam now. So,
Well, our back screen at the moment, it will sort itself out, I imagine.
oh, off the track was Ben Gallagher. There was a little bit of contact there. He went off
There we are.
to P11 now, outside the points. He's got Shimmy behind him, and yeah, that'll be the battle for last place. But yeah, Jack, decent start, leads this race, and he's going off to Narnia, so he wants to be careful of track limits there. But yeah,
It doesn't look like Ben's got damage, so he should be okay to continue.
yeah, I think it was just
But
wheel-to-wheel contact.
I thought I saw a bit of debris fly, but it wasn't too much. Uh, yeah, I'm just watching him go through the corners now. He seems fine, so as he dive bombs JV22.
JB taking Forium's seat there. I wonder where Forium is today. But yeah. That was a championship fight, and I think there's been a bit of an incident. There's a car facing the wrong way round. It's Chip Finney in the Renault. Wonder how he's managed that. And Surface has taken the lead. On the exit of turn 1, Jack might have a good run. Can he get himself up the inside?
Go
He'll
for it.
give it a go. Oh,
Both of them
decent.
slight bit of contact.
There's decent contact there. I don't think they touched it all, to be honest with you. And
No damage contact, but
up the hill they go. Surface has been able to muscle his way through into the lead then here at Hungary, and you know, it's not very easy to see commentary, not commentary, overtaking on this track for DRS, because there's only sort of really one opportunity for it, isn't there? And
Ben Gallagher, yeah.
they're really
Oh,
going
Ben
for it.
Gallagher's stuffed it in the grass. He's
Narnia
alright,
again.
kept out of the wall though. Does seem to lose the back end quite a bit, does Ben, but he's alright for the time being.
Wonder why he's
Kind
on
of
the
struggled on those
ultras.
grassy tires.
Wonder what he's doing on them ultras. He's not really the best tire to be on. Same as Rear Wheelman and Cheaper Finney. It's just a terrible tire, and he's really struggling.
I think T2 were tier 2 were pitting after 5 laps, so they don't last long.
The better strategy is the soft to mediums, because that's an easy one stop. And yeah, interesting from Ben Gallagher. I don't know if that means they're thinking about rain later on, maybe at the very end, because it
Maybe
does seem like a
a
weird
few
strategy.
medium runners.
Yeah, could be people going for the long game. There's a lot of them, isn't there? More than you would
Yeah,
expect.
some people aren't confident with overtaking, so they prefer track position to start off with.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's from there.
But this is one of them tracks where track position itself is key, and JB really was just off into Narnia there. He got a penalty for it. on the exit of turn 3. Seems you just floored it there, and that just wasn't the smartest move. So that'll be 3 seconds added on at the very end. And he's nearly...
Very, very early penalty there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that because it's quite easy actually to rack them up, and then that could lead to disqualification later on. It would surprise you how easily and how quickly it could happen.
Turn 4, that quick left-hander, that's the entry and exit, so it's easy to get penalties. It's going to be interesting, but I'm not too sure about all the T1 drivers, but I know some rack up a lot of penalties.
Looks like Jack is right on the back of the surface here. He's got DRS to attack as he start lap 4 here. Fastest lap from the Force India driver. As they head down towards turn 1, we got yellows in the final sector. It looked like a car. It was a bit out of shape.
That's turn 1 for 3rd place.
Side by side, yep. Small guy has a go. Jack also very close for a move. That's going to be difficult around the outside. Can the small guy get through? No, he'll stick behind for now. Surprisingly, there was actually sort of no moves going on there. The top 2 were extremely close. They still are. And with DRS, they 2 will probably stay quite close for the rest of the race. So certainly look out for them too. With BP Forium not here, it's a rare opportunity for the others to actually have a chance at the win. Forium is extremely dominant, and yeah. Oh, looks like...
I think the races he's finished this season, I think he's only failed to get a podium once. I think I could be wrong, but very, very dominant.
I think even when he makes mistakes, he still somehow ends up on the podium. He's quite an extraordinary driver. But yeah, missing today's race. So yeah, I wonder where he is.
He didn't finish last time out in Germany, but yeah, he was on a run of seven races in a row without coming outside the top 2. So unbelievable pace. Yeah,
Surf was his only sort of main rival here, and predictably he is leading this one. But Jack is his teammate, Forum's teammate, is certainly giving him a hard time, and in a rare position to actually go for the win himself. We haven't really seen it from him.
JB in 8th place. Oh, it's close. Both on medium. Oh, there's contact.
Wow. That was really close to them, wasn't it? Luckily, 6 years didn't actually end up in a wall. Really easy to just get sent off to the wall there, out of the race. And Jack gets a penalty. Wow, that's really early for him as well. He doesn't want to keep doing that. As I said, he doesn't often get a chance at the win. He hasn't really had it very much this season. He's starting to find last season's form a little bit, but he can't take too many risks like that.
Surfaces have just got the 1 warning at the moment, so he's alright for a bit.
Yeah, I think Jack should just sort of take that warning, but oh my goodness! Nearly into the wall there. He's certainly pushing it, but he's going to be getting warnings left, right and centre. He's absolutely pushing it. He's throwing it round the track, and not actually really catching. It's a very odd situation there. I think Ray Willman has had an accident. Luckily not to be out of the race there on that turn. It's one of the quickest corners on the track. I'm baffled as to how he's not dead. But yeah.
On board with JB22 in 8th place. He's going to have a look at six Seals again. It's got a cracking exit. He should have this nice and easy.
Oh wow, that was a very late move from 6 Seals. That was bordering on dangerous there, to be honest, into turn 1. But JB does get through into 7th place and then has a massive slide.
Yeah, 6 Seals got a poor exit as well there. He should keep hold of that position. And does.
I want to keep an eye on Ben Gallagher on this lap because he'll be on them Ultra Sauce and they are basically at the point of their death. Which probably would explain why Ray Willman was in the wall, actually, thinking about it. Because his tyres are probably gone.
Yeah, Chuff, I think he's already pitted for his softs. It's on his 2nd lap, so he's got off the Ultras very quick.
Yeah. After Chip Finney was facing the wrong way on the last corner on lap 1, so that would have affected his tyre wear quite a lot, but
I'm not sure about strategy around Hungary. Hungary's not my best track, so I don't race it much, but
soft to medium's the best one, or vice versa. I think the 2-stop doesn't really work around here because, as you said before, track position is quite important here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is, like Monaco.
I'm not sure if ultras to mediums is possible on the 1-stop. You'd have to be very, very conservative.
Well, it looks like Ben Gallagher's going to try that.
Go around again.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be trying that, but he's down in ninth. It's not really going to work out for him, is it? Because he's probably going to be taken by Shimmy quite soon. You would expect the soft tires to work a lot better here than the ultras, but we'll see how that one works out. Jack is nearly 2 seconds off surface now, so he's sort of lost a bit of his pace. I wonder if he hit a wall or something. Maybe he did tap the wall when he went wide a couple of laps ago. But whatever's happened, he's lost all his pace.
I just had a quick look at Ben's tyres. Even though Six Seals, one place ahead of him, is on 3 compounds harder, they're doing the same lap times. So those tyres are just shot. He's got to pit this lap, surely.
I can't see him really pitting for anything other than for mediums if he wants to sit that long, because he can't stay on the track now. He has to pit, as you said, but you gotta worry if they're gonna actually explode, because if tires blow up here, you could be easily into the wall. I would honestly be quite worried about that pit lane entry. If he goes a little bit too quickly into there, he will hit the
Six
wall.
Hills has just gone very wide ahead.
Yeah, he's struggling
Yeah, he's
as well.
going in now.
Just Ben
Yeah,
Gallagher.
Ben's in.
Oh wow, yeah, just about keeps it on the island there, and we'll pit for
Slow down in time.
something.
Got to be mediums.
He wouldn't stay out for that long if he didn't think he could take mediums. I mean, 7 laps on these ultras is impressive, but it is the
Tyres.
softs. I'm baffled, honestly. Jack another one?
Jack again.
He's really costing himself big time here.
He's handing this to surface.
Just to put this into perspective here, he will probably end up net 6th at the moment with them penalties already. So,
Oh, great.
that is a pretty massive decline, isn't it? He was in the lead at the start. He took the lead brilliantly with a good run to turn 1, but now he's absolutely gone. And he's going to keep falling, I think, because he still has been exceeding track limits, and he's not going particularly quickly compared to surface anyway. So it doesn't really matter how he takes the corners, he's still slower. And wide
Surface
again.
has stayed out again, so Surface is trying to go for the overcut here, unless he's got a different tactic to Jack. Oh no, they're all staying out. Never mind.
Yeah.
I had a moment then. I thought Jack had pitted. Never mind.
I think these tires will go about 13 laps, I think at least. 13
Yeah,
to
that's when
15
they started
laps.
to pit in tier 2, so...
Yeah. So see how they handle then. Silver Star quite close to the back of the small guy.
Oh, 4th and 5th is... Yeah. Don't really want to be overtaken into this corner.
It's quite dangerous to have it go into turn 4, and they luckily haven't. But I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if we do. I think Ben Gallagher was one of the people who did try that at the start of the race, and it didn't quite work out for him. He ended up off the track in the next turn of 5 because he just lost the back end, had a bit of contact, got it all wrong. So surely others probably would have saw that and thought maybe not the best idea to go for into turn 4. Oh, that's gonna be into the wall, or is he just about saved it there? Maybe.
Kept
Maybe.
it on well, but...
Wow.
Just the back end. Just that one tyre on the grass and it just threw him wide.
Well held though, to keep it ahead.
Yes. Stay on track with Silverstar though, as real wheelman retires. It's gonna have DRS here.
He should have a good run because he'll get his second bite of it if he wants on the DRS and have a go into turn 2. Although that's if he doesn't hit the back.
Contact.
I don't think there should be damage from that,
Again.
but it will just halt his progress. Silver Star won't get the run, and it's gonna have to wait another lap. I wonder if he should have just thought a bit more about his own spatial awareness there.
Yeah, I think the small guy broke very early there. I'm not sure if he just expected the dive bomb or what, but...
Well, whatever happened, it must have caught Silver Star a bit off guard.
Yeah.
He wants to be careful. He doesn't really want to lose his place, that small guy. He's doing a decent job of defending it, but he could let Mebe catch up again if they keep sort of slowing each other down at that, because they are really slowing each other down. And the gap is 1.8 at the moment. And Mebe, who was nearly in the wall, could still have a chance at, oh my goodness, is that JB? Wow! He was very close to the wall as well. The scenes that are taking that right-hander before the start of the last sector, nearly flat. They're just going for it. And Jack, that's a very early pit stop, man.
Interesting, yeah, from that small guy. Oh yeah, that small guy's gone in as well. So, trying to do the undercut on Silver Star.
Medium tyres for the two of them, you would imagine. And yes, they are.
I imagine there might be a few overcuts coming into play here, because lap 11 seems very early indeed, but I was
Yeah.
expecting at least 13.
So Shumi is going to be in between that small guy and Jack. Just remember that thanks to penalties, that small guy could have the potential of actually being ahead of Jack at the end of the race. So it is something to keep an eye on here.
Yeah, I'm
But,
just trying to think where Surface will go out, whether he'll be ahead of Six Seals or not, because that will be very important if he can get out ahead of Six Seals.
That's the thing, yeah, because the way the gaps are looking, he could actually be right on the back of Six Seals. I don't think he'd be ahead. I don't think he was that far ahead of Jack, and he wouldn't have gained a second, I don't think. Unless he just keeps going, which he will do. And we'll just sort of let Six Seals slow himself down. Because if Six Seals on a slower tyre, he can just go quicker than him. And he is doing that.
Yeah, the top three have all stayed out on their softs, so definitely go for the overcut here. Ben Gallagher with a 3-second penalty. What tyre is Ben Gallagher on for you? It says on my data on softs, but when I go onto his car, he's on ultras. So
Yeah, it's soft tyres. Always believe the graphic. That's one thing I've learned from the last 2 years. Because yeah, sometimes you'll see the tyres on the car. They'll actually start switching. Sometimes you see 2 or even 3 different compounds on the car at once. It's really quite bizarre. And it just sort of shows how, once again, bad the game is. Maybe we should all just go back to F1 2016. It's all better back then.
Good old days.
Good old days when it wasn't as broken. And you'd have to do what you did every time and have to retire your car at the start because there was no spectator option.
Right, so top three are all coming around to the pit lane again. Who's gonna come in and who's gonna stay out? I reckon that we might all stay out.
I reckon maybe one more lap they'll do. As Surface does do that one more lap.
Stays.
R2 also. Silver Star. Now, has to be said, Jack is one of them drivers who will make an odd strategy decision here and there. And he did this in Britain as well, where he made a different strategy call to the others, and he ended up on the hard compound, while everyone else is on the mediums. He can make the harder tyre work for longer. So
it's right up. Six Seals gearbox now should be a relatively easy okay.
Yeah.
On those brand new mediums.
So Jack can make the harder tyre last and be quick, so the undercut should work for him. So yeah, maybe anyone thinking that he pitted really early, it could still work out for him. But at the moment it doesn't look great. Has to be said, but with the 6 seconds of penalties, didn't have to worry about that in Britain. That's the issue.
Yeah, maybe could be a contender for a podium here, because obviously he's going to be going on to the softs, whereas everyone else on the will be going on to the mediums, so they'll have the softer tyre advantage.
Just wonder what the pace is like compared to Silver Star, because he is a little quicker at the moment, I would have imagined. And if he can just keep closing that down a little bit, he'll have more momentum with better tyres for longer, because he will lead this race at the moment as Surface comes in. Will R2 and Silver Star follow? No, they will still keep going round. So Mebe could take this opportunity really to catch and maybe even pass Silver Star if he can. Anyway, let's see how.
Interesting where Surface comes out here.
Yeah, it should be in relatively clean air, to be honest. Because they've got the 2 forced engines, he should end up in between them. Although Jack is a little closer, I think. But yeah, relatively easy either way. Surface does lead them two. The little battle for the lead. But really, you see 8/10, that's really 6.8. So, yeah. It's not as tasty as it looks, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Jack. I know those penalties are really gonna come into effect. I don't think Surface has had a penalty yet, has he?
I think I think when Jack got his first penalty, Service only actually had the one warning, I think he'd said. So I
Yeah,
imagine
he's still
Service,
got one warning. Yeah,
yeah,
he's gone clean for 10 laps in a row, so one warning.
maybe isn't
Obviously, he's got three that have gone.
maybe isn't
What you
really
got to say, sorry?
catching, maybe isn't really catching silver stars. I would have expected actually. But either way, he probably will still stay ahead for a while because the top two now do pit. Maybe let's see what he can do on the mediums. He will go on these. He'll probably be out there for another 10 laps. So yeah, we'll see what he can do. The leaders might catch him. We don't really know. And JB, of course, he'll go up to second place. The top two behind him, they will catch, and we'll see if Art2 and Silverstar can even challenge the top two. They're going to be nowhere near them, unfortunately. I think they're just going to be in their own little race. R2 ahead of Silverstar still in 6th and 7th. And that small guy, actually, I forgot about him. Look at that. He's jumped Silverstar. That's a podium if he can get by R2. And with the
He has
penalties
got
for
a 3-second
Jack.
penalty, though.
Ah, right. So he does have one penalty. So only sort
Yeah,
of
Shumi
considering
got
one
one at
guy's
exactly the same
penalties.
time as. Shumi got one at exactly the same time as Small Guy, and it didn't show up both of them, so he hit a penalty there, but.
Great game. Esports
Silverstar,
ready.
another 3 seconds. Jack just about staying in range of DRS ahead of Surface.
Yeah.
Oh, second, just dropping out.
Surface actually is going to be in DRS of JB this time round. I wonder if we're going to see a little bit of Force India team play here. Because JB's going to be out here for a long time yet. He still won't pit maybe for another 7, 8, 9 laps. Maybe even 10 if he feels like it, but the tires could blow. So yeah, we'll see if Surface can get past, but I imagine JB will do his best to help his teammate out.
Gonna be interesting with that dirty air. Really, this is one of the places you don't want dirty air, Hungary.
Yeah.
Ooh, very, very close to JB.
Not going to get up to turn 4 unless he does want to kill himself, so he will just have to wait a while, and this will let Jack catch him. You get stuck in this middle sector, and oh, another penalty for Jack after 9 seconds now. You know, you can't discount the fact that getting this many penalties, he may actually get disqualified this rate, Jack. If he keeps this up, he's getting a penalty, sort of on average once every 5 laps. I think 7 penalties, and that is disqualification for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be close, but Surface might have a chance here. This is allowing Jack to close very, very close. He's gonna have DRS on Surface now as well.
Surface a bit wide there. I went for the better exit. Didn't really work on Jack as well. Having a bit of a moment there. And the Surface really being held.
I don't quite think JB is going to be able to defend this.
Here he goes.
He stays to the outside.
JB, what's he going to do? Will he just hang it around the outside? Will he go for the exit? Will he let his teammate go? We'll need to see. Because it's actually looking quite decent on the exit for JB, but just not got the DRS. That's the issue. And, yeah, Surface got by with relative ease then. And now it's Jack being held up by his teammate. You'd imagine he'll make it not too hard. I don't think he'll pull over. But he'll make it easy enough, I think, for his teammate. Because last thing you want is two teammates to collide. Although, JB is looking a bit twitchy.
He's on 16 lap old medium, so the grip's starting to really go now.
Yeah.
Jack's on 10 lap newer tyres, so he really needs to get past quick.
Looks like Silverstar, by the way. It's on the back of the small guy. He's also sort of starting to catch up on R2. As Sig Seals ahead could actually hold these guys up a little bit. And Jack does get by his teammate in the end there.
Yeah.
So Sig Seals could actually be a bit of a cork in the bottle here. Because if he holds up R2, then the small guy and Silverstar are all sort of going to catch up to this. And we could be in for a pretty entertaining battle here. But we'll need to see what happens. As Surface set the
6 Seals has
fastest
gone
lap.
very, very wide.
Yeah, he has. Although he could actually help him with a straight line speed on the exit, he'll have a little bit more. But with a DRS, R2 should get by. And yeah, we'll see. Into turn 1, it should be R2 as long as it doesn't get it wrong on the exit. So that was actually okay.
Good clean racing there.
And
Oh, dive bomb from Silver Star.
yes,
Contact was made.
I think
Oh,
it's
is
just,
that giving him the pace back though?
yeah.
That's good from Silver Star. 6 Seals, 3 seconds.
So, at the moment then, with Jack's 9 seconds of penalties, R2 will just about be ahead as long as he has none. So actually, Jack is making this work out for him. He's somehow been able to hold on to this net second. Nearly.
R2's just got one warning. So, he's gone clean for 15 laps in a row, so good clean racing from him.
And 6 Seals is now gonna put that small guy in the same position as Surface was with the Force Indies. Really just sandwiched in between them. And
Always all very, very wide.
well then, that was a bit easier than I expected it would be. And
There's
the
two
two
Sambas right next to each other, I imagine.
Wow, look at
Oh,
that.
there's a lot of weaving.
That's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Will 6 Seals fancy a look on the inside? Yeah, free of breath into turn 1. Oh wow.
Oh,
This is very close to being a bit of a train wreck, but there's some margin to keep this all going.
Silver Star might go down the inside
wow.
here. He has a look.
6 Seals rather got shoved out of the way there. And somehow the small guy on the inside somehow still is ahead. That's ridiculous. How they haven't died there, I have no idea. I can't explain that to you. That's mad.
Don't quite know how they got there. I was expecting a bit more bashing there. Maybe a bit of front wing loss, but no.
Especially with all that weaving down the main straight, I thought they were going to end up in a very nasty accident, but they managed to keep it going, so fair play to them.
Jack's losing quite a bit of time to Surface ahead. Obviously, Jack's on 3 lap older mediums than Surface, so
Oh, maybe that's a bit early. I don't know how long he can sort of take them softs, but I feel that's early for these guys.
15 lap softs. Be interesting. Obviously,
Well,
a lighter car though.
yeah, but it'll be 16 laps actually overall, I think. But
Oh yeah.
even still, not the most comfortable situation I would have thought. But we'll see how that works out.
I was expecting lap 22, 23, but
Let's see how Silver Star has a go on the small guy if he can. They're
Not great
close, but not really. Oh,
great for
it's on the
Mebe, though.
grass. On the grass goes that small guy. Really affects him the whole way through turn 2, and then turn 3 as a result. It's gonna give Silver Star a nice run up the hill, but I think if he's got any sense, he will just leave this one for now. And he didn't. He went wide. He went for it. So that means they're now equal on penalties. These two, I believe. And that means that
Mebe's
this,
not had a great pit stop. He held up a very, very small amount and ended up behind 6 Seals. He's on 19 lap old medium, so he'll be holding him up a lot here.
he's looking at a move into here, but that's not very smart. And he does just back off a little bit. Let 6 Seals get on with his own thing. He'll probably pit this lap. And even if he doesn't, he'll just get past anyway with DRS maybe. So shouldn't need to panic too much. And don't make any mistakes. 6 Seals will stay, but as usual, he's going to go wide and lose the back end through here. 6 Seals, and it'll be an easy win for maybe. What about Silver Star though and the small guy? They are very close still. And we know these two are nice and feisty. They can have a good fight. We saw that with 6 Seals. Oh, wow.
Silver Star held onto it nice though. Flags into sector 1. I don't know what that's for.
Yes. Oh, wow. That is so close to a bit of an airplane accident there. And I wonder where the small guy went. Okay, come on. Yeah, he's got. Oh, oh!
Oh! I think they were both trying to let each other pass there.
I don't really.
Oh, the small guy's gone.
Oh, he's taking Mebe. He's taking out Mebe. That's a real, just a miscommunication to the top level, really, there, isn't it? You can't get much more of a miscommunication than that. They
I
both went to let each other
Mebe's
through,
retired.
and they've crashed into another person. And that's, yeah, maybe rage
What
quit.
a nightmare.
And the small guy and Ben Gallagher, I think I may have had a bit of contact. Virtual safety car deployed, and that was a mess. Best way to describe that, really.
Wow.
Wonder.
I don't quite know what to say about that. That was.
The small guy went off at turn 3 and had to, I think, had to let Silverstar free. He didn't really know what was going to happen, so they both sort of slowed down towards turn 4. I guess they didn't want to go side by side up to there, so they both backed off. And then Medbay's gone flying in there, and presumably hit the back of the small guy, and they both went off.
It's going to be a great opportunity for a podium for Mebe there, and I would just fit on the brand new softs, but it wasn't meant to be. And
Just to add insult to
this
injury
was
there, the small guy can't even get by Ben Gallagher. He was desperately trying to get into the pits before him, but he can't. It's VSC. You can't overtake.
this has worked out perfectly for Six Seals, who fits on his softs now.
Yep.
After having done 21 laps on those mediums.
Doesn't lose as much time. And Ben Gallagher, that's his second stop of the day. Is his last one, I imagine. Unless it's another incident.
Mate, he didn't hit very early for those first set of softs, so no, very late, didn't he? He ran about 9 laps, 8, 9 laps.
He went 7, I think, yeah. Something like that.
So,
Now, we do have a small issue now, as you might have noticed in the little graphic. All the gaps now, as a result of that, have gone
oh yeah.
skywards. So, yeah.
Wait
That's
for a
awkward.
couple of sectors for it to reset itself, but well, I hope it does, but who knows with Codemasters.
Well, it is one thing with the virtual safety car. Will send the gaps a bit off whack for a bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just it's something that happens because obviously you're much slower speed. But we'll let's just see where everyone is because it's probably a good time for a bit of a recap of the order. More yellow flags actually. We'll get to the recap later. We may have to reorder this a bit because there's the small guy off again, letting Chipper Finney free. I wonder if he's just gonna retire as well. Because he doesn't necessarily look like he's in the mood for a race, does he? And, yeah. I don't really think that was anyone's fault, that incident. I think that him and Silverstar, they both didn't want to go side by side to turn 4, and it just sort of... Yeah, miscommunication, really.
Not much you can do though, I guess, is you're both trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But, yeah. Oh. Well, that wasn't in the script, was it? Small guy, round, final corner. Crosses the line, backwards, gets lapped. Oh dear. Issue is, if he stays in a dangerous position, he could actually cause a safety car here, so he wants to be careful. Ben Gallagher right on the back of Schumi. Wonder how that's happened. They weren't that close before, were they? I don't know if there was a mistake or something. As the small guy doesn't eventually retire. Just looking for a safety car, because that could happen for something like this. Six Seals gets a penalty. He's up there in 6th. He's sort of got no one near him. He's sort of in a world of his own at the moment. So really a penalty won't really affect anything. And Shimi looks to be struggling a bit, doesn't he? It's down the inside nearly.
That looked like 2 lots of contact to me, unless that's just lag.
Certainly got close, didn't they? And Ben Gallagher's looking a lot better for the exit, having to go now down towards turn 1. Here he goes on Shimmy. And yeah, should be rather easily. And up into P7.
Nicely done there, and can Shumi getting back on the exit. He's got a good run, but just doesn't have the DRS.
Yeah, didn't use all of his energy either. He could have used a little bit more there if he wanted to go back at him. I think he sort of knew that he lost that battle though because of the new tyres for Ben Gallagher. Wasn't really something that was worth battling, was it?
Nah. So I think what next few battles could be. JB obviously on the softs, quite new softs against Silverstar, but he's got a 6-second gap to close.
I mean, he could do that. It just depends how quickly them tires die. Obviously, he's put them on a little bit earlier than I was expecting, which means he will be running them a lot longer than others would have, earlier in the race. They only were sort of doing 13 laps, and Jack only, oh. Well, there we go. There goes that battle. JB's
What's happening?
left. Yeah. Ah, dear. Commentator's curse right there. And another Codemasters disaster, I think. Cheers, Codemasters. What a game.
So, something to look out for. Jack's got 9 seconds worth of penalties, and R2's only 10 seconds behind him.
I think
And
he's
R2's gonna be
losing
on the
time
one
now.
warning.
I think he's losing the time though. That's the issue for R2. Because it was
Yeah.
9.9 earlier, I think, before the VSC, if I remember correctly. Shumi is still sort of staying in this battle with Ben Gallagher. He is sort of losing time, but he was in DRS for this lap, and he could stay in for the next lap and maybe start to close that gap down a little bit. In the background there is Chipper Finney. I don't know how much he'll catch. He's on fresher tyres than Shumi, and quicker, because they're the soft tyres compared to the mediums, so maybe he can have a little go there. I wonder really what happened to Chipper Finney, because he spun on the first lap. But apart from that, really, I guess he must have just been at the back the whole time. But
Yeah,
still,
I didn't quite catch what happened there, but
he is still gonna get a couple of points, because everyone else has been retiring around him. He's been able to stay consistent, and he'll get rewarded with a few points.
Silver Star's catching up slowly to R2 for a
Yeah.
good on-track battle. But in terms of overall finishing position, Silver Star's got 2 penalties, so I doubt he'll be able to get 6 seconds ahead in 9 laps.
I wonder if Shumi had made a mistake there or something, because he's now 2.4 seconds off Ben Gallagher. Surely Chipper Finney will be looking at trying to catch him and maybe go for a move. R2 is still
Yeah,
losing the
Shumi
time,
got-
so yeah, maybe you're right. Silverstar could have a go at him.
Yeah, Shumi got a 3-second time penalty, so he must have run wide and lost it somewhere.
Yeah. Sometimes you do get one of them weird penalties, even though you've lost time. Clearly, they'll still give you a penalty for it. That does happen quite
Yeah, it's
often.
frustrating. I'm not sure if that can be reviewed by stewards after the race or anything, but
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, he's looking at falling down to last anyway, because, I mean, he's losing so much time, and Chipper Finney is flying compared to him. Sturfis is still 6 seconds clear at the moment, so he's on easy street at the moment, it seems, to take another victory this season. And he's starting to find his form. Forium seems to be missing a lot more races at the moment, and that could mean Surface could become a realistic title contender. And we're only sort of hitting the second half of the season now, so yeah. Oh.
6 Seals overtaking JB's Ghost.
Ah, yeah, of course. It's a shame to see JB's car just ghosting like that, because I don't understand why the game likes to DC people like this. It seems every race I watch now, this happens, and I just don't get it.
Shimi's gone wide.
Yeah, he's gonna fall down to last on this lap. I think he's really struggling out there in the Williams.
I'm not sure about you, but when I go on board the jumper thingy, I'm getting the rev glitch.
Nah, luckily I'm not getting that, so I'm able to run on board.
Oh, but a 3-second time penalty there as he pushes on.
I don't think it's really gonna matter for him at this point.
Well, as long as he gets 3 seconds ahead of Shumi, I guess, but I think Shumi's got quite a few penalties.
Yeah, we'll see it all at the end of the race anyway. But I think it's all about these two just not coming together and actually having a clean battle. Because I think Shumi knows he's going to lose that position, and Chutafin knows he's going to, take the position off Shumi. So really, it should be no contest, but having seen what happened with Mebe earlier, you never really know. Jack with his fourth.
That's going to bring R2 into play here.
Yeah, only
R2
5/10.
behind.
Only 5/10 now to give Jack that P2 back. And here comes Chipper Finney on Shumi. Oh my, he nearly went right into the back of him. He left that very late, didn't he, to actually pull out for the move. But he's ahead. So R2
Silver
then,
Star is.
R2
Sorry,
might, R2 is about to fall back again. He just doesn't seem to have the pace, does he? When he really needs it.
even though he's on 4 lap newer tyres than Jack as well, it's
Yeah, well,
still pulling away.
yeah, I had said earlier that Jack is good at keeping the tyres for longer, and he's particularly good with using the harder compounds. That's his sort of strong point this season, and it's sort of been proven again that he's able to have okay pace with them. Yellow's a sector 2, that's where the leaders are at, but nothing
Oh,
on my
Shumi
screen. Oh,
has
it's
spun.
Shumi. Okay,
Yeah,
well, Shumi off the track then, getting out of
and
the
he's
way.
spun again.
Ah, dear. What's he gonna do then? Is he just gonna get himself out of the way?
He's retired, I think.
Nah, he's still
Well, I
going.
think.
He's still going. He doesn't want to hit anyone. Silver Star's next, and then he has 20 Oh my goodness! Oh,
Shumi can't actually get straight here.
he's really making a mess of this here. Remember, this is a no
Uh,
assist league, so it's a lot harder to actually recover from a spin like this. But he has been able
these
to.
next few corners are going to be very difficult here with very, very hot tyres.
I think he's got damage. Look, I think he must hit the wall or something. Maybe that's why I'd been slow earlier. Maybe he had issues with Ben Gallagher or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, his end plates have gone off his front right, so he should come into the pits here.
Well, he can go for a fastest lap. He can go for a fastest lap if he wants. Gets himself an ultras and get out some fun there. As I said about R2, I thought he was going to fall out of that gap, but he's just about been able to get back into it. Because Jack, I was saying about his good tyre keeping skills, he's actually starting to lose the time. So I wonder if the tyres are actually starting to go for him. And looks like Shumi's only going to be going on to some softs, so no ultras for him. So yeah.
R2's really pushing on here. 15 lap hold mediums, he's just set it his personal best of the race. So he's still only got the 1 penalty as well.
It's he's got a penalty, has he? Okay, right.
No, oh, sorry, 1 warning. Sorry, one
Alright,
warning.
okay, good.
Jack's
Right.
on 4 penalties, but no warnings as of yet.
So yeah, R2 just needs to keep an eye on that gap. He's got 5/10 really in hand, and the gap is falling. Looks like Jack is starting to lose a bit of pace. Let's just have a look at him then. On board with Jack, just to see how he's driving. See if he's losing some grip. I mean, you'll be seeing the rear end going quite a bit. I imagine in the middle sector. You should be okay in the first and well, maybe only just the first sector. I mean, even here as well, turn 3 and then turn 4. I can see why he would be losing the time, actually, to be fair. With them older tyres.
Be interesting to see where Jack catches up to JB's Ghost, because if you're within a second of a Ghost, you can still pick up DRS.
Oh, I think he'll catch him. Yeah, I think he'll catch him here. So yeah, Ben Gallagher penalty. That could affect him against Chip Finney. We'll see how that one works out. Chip Finney has actually closed that down quite well. I wonder if he'll have a little chance of getting past in the closing 5 laps. So that'll be something else to look out for. 1.7 seconds, 1.6 seconds the gap. So yeah, that's falling. I wonder if Ben Gallagher's got more tyre. No, he's not got more tyre, so maybe Chip Finney's just playing quicker. Interesting.
I think Ben had a bit of a moment there. He lost about a second in the last sector to Chupa, so he's sliding around everywhere.
Yeah, I think Chupa's just been able to keep the tyres a bit better. JB's a ghost car going for a fastest lap. That'll be scenes. But I think the AI is too slow, isn't it? That'll be great though.
4 laps to go, well 3.5 laps, and R2 is still at 11.7, still just about hanging on in there.
That one is going to go down to the wire. He knows he can afford, I guess, 1 warning before he, starts to get into penalty territory. And oh, he's just fell under the. He's just fell over the 12 seconds. I mean, and
Jack picked up a warning that last lap though, so he's got to complete 4 laps without getting 2 warnings, and you never know with Jack.
issue is R2 presumably won't know about how many penalties Jack has.
And on board with Chopper thingy as he looks into turn 1. Then
Around the
defends to the
outside.
inside.
He'll get a good exit. Oh, he spins! Oh, wow, they both nearly spin, actually. They both had an identical incident there and diving through.
Again.
And look out for the leader, by the way. He's going to be... Is that the leader? Yeah, it is. The leader's going to be catching these two. Could we see a late... Could we see a late twist of the tail? Because these two are really going for it. And the leader is not too far back. He's only a couple of seconds behind. This could get pretty interesting. And it will hold Jack up potentially as well if he catches them. Although I highly doubt he will actually be in 7 seconds back. R2 needs to find 2.5 more tenths here if he wants to get up into P2. And riding on board with Surface, our race leader, what's he gonna do when he catches these two? Because I imagine Ben Gallagher may fancy another look at Finney. He was pretty punchy, wasn't he, when he was defending? He'll probably be more punchy when he's attacking.
Ben just seems to lack the grip though, and Chopper's getting away just about sending DRS range though, Ben Gallagher, but too far back to have any sort of impact.
RC is nearly a second off now what he needs. I think he's conserving, look, he's just conserving. No ERS. That's really weird.
He's struggling with tyre at all or what, but
he's using no direct ERS unless he uses it on this lap, which he sort of needs to. He needs to start closing that gap again, and that's the issue. He has no idea probably how many penalties Jack has, and he'll probably kick himself when he sees the result if he can't get the gap down. Because really, from here it's pretty easy to say, oh, he should be closing the gap, but for him, he's like, he doesn't need to. He's 12 seconds ahead of me. Why would I ever, why would he need to close it?
Yeah, Jack's on the limits of fuel usage as well. His yellow fuel light's just gone off, but he hasn't got a lot of fuel to play with though.
And the gap is starting to fall a little bit. It's sort of just floating around 12.6 at the moment, but going down slowly but surely.
Jack's still got that one warning, so he hasn't had any warnings in the last few laps, so he should be good. Should avoid a 5th penalty. It's the small guy leaves the session.
So Surface starts the final lap then of the Hungarian Grand Prix here in SLR T1. He's led it for most of the race. He did lose it at the start briefly to Jack, and ever since he got back fast, he's controlled the pace. He's not got many penalties, if any, and he's been able to do a very decent race. And like I say, with Forium not here, he's going to gain massively in the championship, and yeah, we'll just see how the rest of the season pans out for him. Looking good though to be a strong second half. We've got yellows, sector 2. What's happening there? It is Ben Gallagher. Ben Gallagher's off there, and I think that is just Jack going past him, isn't it? Nothing major there. The gap between R2 and Jack is just 4 tenths now after penalties. So can R2 do anything? But here we go. Surface into the final sector. He's not going to get to his teammate. He's in 6th place, so it'll be a good day for the Renault team, and also for Cyber, who are going to be 4th and 5th. But here we go, round the final corner. Surface, he's had a great race, and coming to the line, he's going to take victory here at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and very good performance from him. Here comes Jack. I think he's going to just about do it, isn't he? R2's just not close enough.
Don't think he's going to make up 2 tenths in the last corner.
Oh, that's really... He's going to kick himself when he sees it.
It's coming down.
Oh, wow, look at that, 1 tenth.
2 tenths.
He's really going to kick himself when he sees that. Silver Star comes home in 4th. And then we got quite a wait until we get to see 6 seals, and then an even longer wait to see Finney. JB's Ghost Car is going to finish after 6 seals, and then Shumi as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, just looking at the championship, Surface was 3rd before this race, and Mebe hasn't finished. So, yeah, Mebe will drop down to third and Surface up to second in the championship. Yeah, Surface is on a good run since he's joined the league. This is his third victory now in 5 races.
Hmm.
So yeah, it should be a good second half of the season between Thorium and Surface.
There's Jimmy to the line. And just one more turn for Tutor Finney to get a nice and strong P6 for the Renault team. First and sixth, good result for them. One of their best of the season. If not, I don't know if they had. I don't know if they've actually had better than that. I know Technic Gaming won a race for them at the start of the season. Don't know where his teammate finished in that one. But yeah, good day for the Renault team and a great day for Surface. Victory then at the Hungarian Grand Prix from Jack, then Artsu. That is your podium. And we'll have a look at the rest of the finishers, just confirming them. So it's Surface from Jack, then R2, Silverstar, Sig Seals, Chip Finney, Ben Gallagher, JB, Shumi, and then your retirements. That small guy, maybe, Real Willman, and oh look, you.
Yeah, thank you, Codemasters. Oh yeah, at least I got a few experience points there for my license.
Yes.
But again, it's very close between Jack and Artie there in terms of penalties, but kept us on edge right into the ends, but kind of died down overtakes towards the end.
So I think that's it then. Thank you anyone and everyone who turned up to watch the race, and sorry for starting the stream late once again. Blame Codemasters, it's their fault. But yeah, we'll be back next week for the Belgian Grand Prix. Are you gonna be here next week?
I don't think so, but if I'm free, I will be.
Yeah, because I don't know what Ash is doing. He seems to have disappeared from the face of the earth, to be honest with you. I don't know what's happening with him, but yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching, and see you next week. Safe travels.